Hello. In this video, we're going to learn how to make a cake tray, a display tray. Alrighty, and this is what they look like. And what I did was I took a piece of paper and I just drew on it. I first drew the letter T, and then I added the bottom onto it. Okay, and then I thought, all right, so you draw the letter T, because I wanted it to be bigger on the top and smaller on the bottom, and then I just kind of put lines going this way so I could fill it in and make it thicker to make it the thickness that I want it. That way it gives me somewhat of an idea of what kind of shape I want. Okay, you can make it tall and skinny, or you can make it short and fat. It doesn't matter whichever way you want to make it. All right, then your next thing is you want a card front. So you want to build this so that it will fit on your card front. So I was looking at this and I thought, all right, so this was the idea that I started with, and then I just cut some, I think these are about 1/4 inch wide. I'll show you on this one because you'll be able to see it better on this paper. So I thought, all right, so I cut out 3 strips. So I cut out the top strip, and that is 2.5 inches long. And then I cut out the bottom piece, which I wanted it 1.5 inches long, okay, because I want it to be smaller. And then this one, how tall do you want it to be? Do you want it this tall? This is about 1 inch. Yep, it's 1 inch. You can have it shorter by you could do it 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch. It's totally up to you. But I figured this size is perfect for on the front of a card. I like the way this shape is. So then what I did was, whoops, where'd I put it? Oh, on here. So then I just went ahead and I laid these down and I traced around them onto a piece of cardboard, which is just packaging, okay? So I traced that on and then I cut it out, and I thought, all right, so this way I can have, and then I cut the pieces out, and I ended up cutting it in 2 pieces, the letter T for the bottom and then the top piece. So now I've got a good sturdy, I can use this for a pattern or I can use this for a pattern. Okay, and this is just paper, so I'm just going to throw this part away. Alrighty. So, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to throw this away too, because for me, I can use this. So, because if you want to, you can either stencil, which I did stencil it on the other side. So I did actually use this as a stencil. Or you can go ahead and you can trace it and then color it in, whichever color you want it to be. So you can just go ahead and just follow the lines. And you can use this stencil that we've made as a pattern to make our tray. There you go. And then you can just color it in whatever color you want it to be. Okay? So I decided I was just going to brush some color on there. So I used my brown ink pad and my brush and just dabbed the color and circle colored it in. All right, so there's my cake stand. All righty. So now I'm thinking, now I want to make a birthday cake card. So I pulled out just a little handful of scraps, and I was pulling out a couple colors that I kind of like together. And I thought, well, this is a scrap and this is actually perfect size to fit on here. So I could do that one and this one right on top of it, and then just add a couple candles. I think that would be really pretty for a cake. Okay. Then I pulled out these colors, and I thought these would be pretty together for a cake. Here we've got a gray piece, and again, we can just use whatever size scraps we have. And these ones are all the same length. Okay, and again, I just literally pulled from my scrap box. Okay. These came from my scrap box too. So look at the difference between that one versus this one. The top piece is a wee bit smaller than the bottom piece, so you can do it either way. And then I did this one, which I like also. Whoops, this one on the bottom. The dark blue on the bottom because that's wider. And then the lighter, so I've got the bigger piece, the thicker piece on the top this time, so it's opposite of this one. So the bigger piece on top and the thinner piece on the bottom. That looks kind of fun too. And then I thought, ooh, and if we wanted to, we could add a little skinny row of frosting to make it match. That really makes a difference. As soon as I lay this on, that finishes that cake. I like the way that looks. So we can put a little row of frosting around the top like that also. And then just for kicks and giggles, then I figured let's do 3 solid colors. So, and these are all the same width, or the same length. Actually, they're the same width too. Oops, oh, that one looks a little bit longer. Huh, cut them all at the same time. My hand must have shifted, but that's okay. But isn't that neat? And then after I did these colors, then I thought, oh, wouldn't that be fun to do like a Harlequin ice cream top color? Do the strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate. I bet that would be really cute too. So, and then when you're done gluing those on, you can add your candles. So, and for the candles, that's the easy part. You just need some little bits like this, little pieces like that. You want to cut them, of course, and lay them down, and then you can draw your flames, or you can cut out your little flames. Isn't that fun? Alrighty, so that's how you make a pattern for a cake tray. Isn't that fun? Just a matter of cutting out however big you want it. And see, and I think this is the perfect size. I think that's the perfect size. So just depends on how big you want it. If you want it to fit the whole front of a card, or if you want it to do half of the card, you know, you could do it all sideways and do it this way instead. If I were doing it sideways, then I would probably make this section a little bit shorter. So probably 1/2 inch tall. So, alrighty, and in order to do that, then I'll go ahead and do that right now because I want to see what that's going to look like too. In order to do that from this, then all I would do is I would lay this down and go, alrighty. Let's see, I want it on this half of the card. So I want it right here. So I'm going to trace the bottom, and I'm going to trace the top, the middle, just halfway. Okay, so it's just halfway, and then I'm going to pull this down, and I'll line the lines up with these 2 lines, and then go ahead and finish tracing around it. So you can make this as tall or as short as you want it. So look at that. Isn't that interesting? So now that's a shorter one. Pretty cool, huh? And again, I can color that in, whatever color I want it to be. Alrighty, so I hope you like this idea and you'll give it a try. Pull out some of that scrap cardboard that we've been hoarding and saving, and make yourself a cake tray pattern. And then you can make it into a cake card. So, alrighty, I hope you do like this idea and you'll give it a try. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.